Okay, so who all are having the access? Yesterday, sir told to create a material through MM01, right? Did anyone created any material or anything using the normal SAP process like MM01?
Has anyone tried? Please let us know, team. Chandana, have you tried? Shravani, have you tried? Soumya, Mariala, have you tried?
Yeah, okay, guys, just respond. Like if you create material, just respond. Okay. Okay, I think no one has
Yeah.
created any material or anything. So yeah, just let us go through the material creation again. Okay. So let me share my screen. You can see my screen, right?
Yes, Sadhana.
So these sessions are going to be a slow paced session. So if anyone have any doubts or anything, you can just ping in the chat. We'll answer you so that you can get a clear information and uh, there will be no conflict or anything. Okay. Yeah. If you are joining the class, you have to be focused. Joining the class and not practicing, that means nothing, right? So you have to practice and you have to clear out the doubts and everything. We are here to help you with everything. Okay. Okay, so first, normal. Yesterday we discussed, right, like why we need material and what is the difference between material and other like product, service, and everything. So now, let us just go through normal SAP process, like how we create the material. So in SAP, as we all know, we have T codes for each. Transaction, like anything, like if you want to create a material or display the material or create any vendor customer or anything, you'll be having the T codes. So for material creation, the normal SAP T code is MM01. So I'm just going to the MM01 T code. Okay, so here we need, usually we don't need to give the material number, but this is a practice server, so it is asking for the material number. So normal basic SAP server, we don't need to give the material number because it is it will come directly when you create a material. So I'm just giving a material like test. S4 Mdg 1 I'm giving. Okay. So industry sector. Let me take any example. Okay. This material type, all these fields are like these are from Mara table. Okay. So I'm just giving this one. So you are when one second. So here I have given the material number, industry sector, material type. So after that, I'm just clicking on the enter button. Okay. So after clicking the enter button. Okay. So after clicking the enter button, it is asking for the selecting the views. So these are all the views we have for material creation. So this is basic data 1. This is basic data 2, classification, sales, organization data 1, 2, and all these are for material. So For now, I'm just taking basic data 1. So here it is asking for the material description. I'm just giving test material MM01 new. Okay. So I'm just clicking the enter button. You can see it will ask for the mandatory fields. Now you can see it is asking fill out all required entry fields. So here it is asking for the base unit of measure. So you can select.
Whenever you are talking of the things, you can provide the explanation.
Okay.
So for every material, we need a description.
Okay.
The material number is a key. That's a number. So nobody recognizes with that number. That's the reason we need to define a label description.
Okay.
So take an example, iPhone 15, that we all know iPhone 15, but every iPhone 15 is recognized with a number. Okay. So, but everyone we know the description wise iPhone 15, it's a color white kind of thing, 250 GB that we can recognize the product. So that's the reason we need a description.
Okay.
Okay. So whatever the key fields, whenever you are defining, just explain a word about it, unit of measure, why we need, how we measure that material, whether we are measuring in liters, gallons, inches, dozens. Okay. So like that, every product has a unit of measure, how we are measuring that product. So like that, whatever the fields you know, you can define. Okay. If you do not know, let's take an example, show one field material group, press F1, you will get a description about the product. So whenever there is a function key F1 on your keyboard, press that F1, you will get that particular field. What is the purpose of that field? So that you all can explore yourself and learn more about each individual attributes. I do not think like you need to learn each and every attribute, but whatever sadhana is going to explain the key attributes, you need to know the minimum those attributes information. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So here we need to give the base unit of measure. This field is going to be a required field for material creation. So we are going to give the how we are going to measure the material. So you can choose from the F4 help. So these are all the unit of measure options you have. So you can give the relevant unit of measure for your material. So I'm just going with the eaches. This is for each. Okay. So again, I'm just clicking the enter button to check if there are any other mandatory fields for material creation other than description and the unit of measure. Okay. So it is asking just you are about to exit. Do you want to save your data for this material first? So I'm just clicking enter. Yes. Okay. So now the material has been created. So after this, we understood that for material creation, we need a industry sector, material type, and the material description and base unit of measure. So whenever we are creating a material through SAP MM01 screen, these four are the mandatory fields that we have to give for material creation. Okay. So now we got a message saying material test S4 MDG1 created. So this is a success message. So that means it has been stored in some of the database. So for each data in SAP, we have different tables. So for material, there is one table. First, let me explain you the T code. This is SC16N. So SC16N. SC16N T code is to view the data in that particular table. Okay, so here you have to give the table name, whatever the table you want to view the data. So I'm just giving Mara, which is for the material information. So it is for general material data. Okay, so I'm just giving, now I created this, right? Test S4 MDG1. So I'm just giving this material and I'm executing it. Okay, so execute. So these are all the fields we have in Mara table, and I'm just clicking on this particular row. So this record we created. So let's see what are all the fields we have given and what are all the fields that system has stored in the database. So it has stored directly client 400. This is the like mandatory field, like the key fields. What are the client we are using? You can see here 400. So this is my server, mah 400. So it will store the client, whatever the client we are using. Okay, so next material, this is the material number we have created, and it is created on, and time created by is like the server user id, from which user account we have created the material. And last chain, now only we created, right? So that's why it's showing July 6th. Okay, next changed by also, like just it is a created material, so showing the same user id. And maintain status, and maintenance status is key. And material type, yeah, we have given the material type, right? RZ51. Okay. 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 So in this screen, you can see material screen. You can see industry sector and material type. So let's just check whether it took the correct material type or not. So it has taken the RC51, and the industry sector is H, and base unit of measure, it is taken each, and all other fields are empty because we didn't give the other fields. So I'm just going to description. Yeah, so this is the material description. Test material mm01n I have given, so it has stored all this information. Okay, so from here, let's create one more material, TG01. I'm just taking this one, and I'm not, okay, let me open it again. /in Okay, and for those who are new to SAP, so this is the place where we give the transaction code. So /n means if you want to go from this window to another window by closing this window, you can give /n. If you want to keep this window open and open another session, then you have to give /bo. So now I don't want this screen, so I'm just closing this and opening it again. So /n mm01, so that it will create a, like it will open a new screen for me. Okay, so /n mm01. So now I'm giving test P1, I'm just giving it, and this one, I'm just taking it as empty. So now I am clicking on the enter button. Let me put this is also empty. Okay. So it is asking enter a material type. So material type is mandatory. Now I'm giving enter. Again, it is asking enter an industry sector. So I'm just giving the industry sector. So now if I click on the enter button, it will not give any errors because only these are the mandatory fields from this screen. So I am just clicking on the enter button. Okay, now I got the screen pop up with select views. So these are all the views. And so this basic data to these will store in one table, and sales data will store in another table, purchasing data will store in another table. So like that, for each view, there will be separate tables to store the data of material. Okay. So for now, we are just focusing on the basic material creation. So basic data one. Okay. Okay. So this is the description. So each field in this in SAP has their own characteristics. So like here we have the material number. So this is the unique identifier for the material. So description. So if I am going to take tell you the material number is test P1, you are not going to define or guess what that material mean. So if uh, I give the material description as um, some chocolate like Kit Kat. So from this description, you will understand it is a like chocolate. So the description will define what that material uh, is going to be. Okay. So if you want to see the information of that particular field, any field, you can just click on the F1 button. So function key plus F1, you will see the information about that particular field. So here it is showing material description. It can hold up to 40 characters length, and use is like you can enter one material description in each of any number of languages. Okay, and procedure. So you can just go through the documentation of this any particular field. If you have any doubts on that particular field, you can just click on function key plus F1 button. You'll get the complete information about that particular field. And if you want to go through the technical information for that field, you can just click on this symbol text technical information. So I'm just clicking on this one. So you will see the field like the data element and the Dyn Pro field and program name, screen number, everything about that particular field. Like so, this here we are seeing the description as a field to enter, but from where it is coming, like there will be a background program, right? So from where it is coming in the screen, so it is coming with the program name SAP Mdg and the screen number is 1002, and the GUI data is coming from SAP LMGMM, and this is the status of that particular GUI. And field information, so it is from the table MAKT, and the type of the table is transparent table, and the field name is MAKTX, and the data element of that particular field is MAKTX. Okay, so with this you can just whatever the field information you want, you can just click on the function key plus F1. Just remember it, like you so that you can get any fields information or anything from the SAP screen. Okay, so now coming to, I have given the description, right? So I'm just entering the I'm just clicking on the enter button. So it is asking fill out all required entry fields, and it directly went to basic unit of measure field. That means this field is the mandatory field to create a material. Okay, so base unit of measure is nothing but whenever we go to any shop or grocery store, we want to buy some sugar. We'll tell the store salesperson that I want sugar, but they'll ask how much, like, so that every material will have a unit of measure. Okay, so I'm just giving each. And here you are seeing this button, right? This is for F4 help. So already this that particular field will have some values. So if you want to select from that values, so you can just click on this one, or you can just click on function key plus F4. It will give the F4 values of those particular fields. So it is giving the value, like base unit of measure value, and what is the description of that unit of measure. So here you can see dr is for drum, dm is for decimeter, like that, like ea is for each, ft is for foot, like that. You can just select any of the relevant unit of measure for your particular material. Okay, so for now I'm just taking each, and now I am clicking on the save button. Okay, it is asking you are about to exit this particular screen, so do you want to save your data for this material first? Yes, we want to create the material, right? So we need to click on the S button. So I'm just clicking on the S. Yeah. Now you can see the message with success. This means it is a success message. So it is material test P1 created. It's showing. So now in SAP, we'll be having T codes, like for creation, we'll be having T codes with ending with 1. And for change, we'll be having the T code with ending with 2. And for display purpose, we'll be having the T code ending with 3. So now we are on the screen MM01, right? You can see the transaction here. The transaction we are on is MM01. So now I'm just going to MM02 with /o MM02. That means this screen will be there and it will open a one more window. Okay, I'm just clicking on the enter. Now you can see directly it has taken the test P1. The latest material which we created, it has taken that directly. So I haven't entered anything. I just went to MM02 after creating the material from MM01. So it got reflected here directly. So that means there will be some background programs and background logic so that it will take that particular latest material which we created. Okay. So now I'm just clicking on the enter button. And also you can see this is for MM01 screen. So here you have the selection, like main screen options like material, industry sector, material number, change number, and copy from material. Now in MM02, you can see just material and the change number. Why? Because we are going to change the material which is already created and which is already in the database. Okay, so I'm just clicking on the enter button. Now it is asking for me to choose the views, whatever the views you want to change. So I'm just clicking basic data one. So because we just created a normal basic material without any other information, we just created with just normal description and the unit of measure, which is the basic data. So I'm just going to that one. Okay, so now here you can see it is updated and it is there with KitKat and each. Before changing it, let's check in the database table. Okay, SE16N. Okay, this is the T code to view the table data, like table records. So it is Mara table, and these are all the fields that Mara table is having. So here you can see material is material and client are with one color and all the fields are with black colors. That means these two are the key fields in that particular table. Okay. So I'm just giving test test P test P1. Okay. So execute. Yeah. Now you can see there is one record test P1. So whenever we create any material through MM01, it will automatically store the data in the Mara table. Like there will be no additional steps you have to perform to store in the database table. Whenever you create any material from MM01, it will directly come and store in this particular Mara table. Okay. So here I'm just going to description. Description, it is showing KitKat. Now let's change the description to other one. So I'm just giving a dark chocolate. Okay. So I'm just clicking on the save button. Now it is showing material test P1 changed. And one more thing, I just want to let everyone know that whenever you are performing anything in SAP system, you will get a pop-up message or something. So you have to focus on every message. So whatever the message you are getting, is it a success message or information or any error message? So you have to focus on the screen, you should be focused, because sometimes you will get some error messages, but you ignore those error messages and you check for them. You just go to the Mara table and check whether that field is updated or not, but it will not update because there is some error message you got and you haven't performed any actions to remove that error message. So whenever you are getting any message or pop up or anything in SAP screen, you have to be focused. Okay. We'll ignore small things, but it will lead to some difficult situations. Okay. So now I'm just refreshing the screen. Okay. Now it got updated with the new material description. And also, I think there will be a field with change time also. Let's change by. This is the date. Okay. So created time only there. Okay. So you understood, right? So whenever I just changed the material description from MM02 table transaction code, but it got updated directly in the Mara table. So there will be standard programs in the background that will run whenever you are creating a material or creating a vendor. There will be some background program, so it will run in the background and it will store the information in the SAP database tables. So it got updated in the Mara table. Okay, so from here, I'm just going to other T code, that is MM03. So 03 means it is for display purpose and MM is for material. So MM03 means displaying the material. Here you can see just one field in the selection screen, that is material. So you can observe in the MM01 screen, there are these fields we have in the screen. And for MM02, you have material with change number. And in the MM03, you have just material. Okay, so I'm just selecting the basic data one. Now you can observe just when I went through MM01, these all fields are editable fields. And in the MM02 also, these fields are editable. But now in displaying the material, all the fields are in the only display mode. Not though these fields are not editable. So if you want to edit the material, you can just click on edit button and you can go to the organization levels and you can edit from here as well. Okay, so if you want to go from this material to other material, you can just click on the other material and you can give the material number and it will ask for entering the material number. So I'm just giving this one. So no. Okay, so you can see basic data 1, basic data 2 and extended basic data, WM execution and packaging. So these are the like mandatory views for material. Okay, so any doubts till this? So, and one more thing I just want to clear out, like if you are practicing anything, just uh, just explore all the buttons we have in that particular screen. So now I just went to three T codes, MM01, MM02, MM03. So in these three T codes only, you are seeing different types of buttons and different types of views. So just explore. So here in this material button, you have other material, save, exit, and in the edit you have organization levels, MRP profile. So like this. So in each T code, you will be having different buttons and different options. So just explore everything. So you will be getting more practice. Okay. So any questions still here? So if you are not having any questions, I'll ask the questions. You have to answer those questions. Like okay. Uh, I think all are clear, right? Okay.
Yes,
So okay. So yesterday Vishnu sir said like you all explore what are all the T codes we have for material. Like for material creation, he said material creation MM01, material change MM02, and material display MM03, right? So after that, he just gave one normal task like explore the all the T codes for material, right? So anyone uh, went through the T codes or did you guys do any research on the material? Okay, so silence means I think no one has explored anything about material and anything about SAP or anything about MDG, right? But in the future sessions, don't be like this. Just explore anything because you are in the starting stage, like beginning stage, right? So this will be a crucial time for you to explore everything about SAP so that you can understand why they are using that transaction code, why they are not using the other transaction code for material creation. And only whenever we are creating a material, why it is storing in that particular Mara table only, why it is not storing in the LFA1 or KNA1. So just explore yourself so that you can understand why it is happening, why it is storing in the Mara table only. Okay. So this is the normal material creation within the SAP system. So now let's jump into MDG. Okay. So I'm just going to NWBC. So NWBC is the T code which will give a user interface for the users, like for MDG. So you can have NWBC screen or Fiori application. Okay. So now I'm just going to NWBC. So please feel free to ask any doubts in the middle also. It's going to be slow sessions, okay? So you can clear out everything in the sessions only and you can practice. So here we are, these all are roles. Okay. So in the NWBC screen, you are seeing like these many applications, right? So these are all roles. Roles we call in SAP. So for each master data, we'll be having the roles. So I'm just going to material role. So material. Okay, so this is the role SAP MDGM menu 09. This is the role for material creation. So master data governance for material menu. Okay, so I'm just going to this role. And when I clicked on that particular role, it went to this screen. So it is having material governance. And here you have two options. One is change request and other is data exchange. So here you can see material processing. So this is the material governance homepage. So here you can see material processing. For processing of the material, you have search material, create material, change material, and mark for deletion. Next, for processing of multiple materials, you have create change request, mass change, file download, and file upload. Okay. And for change request and documents, you have workflow inbox, my change request, display change documents. So like that, for every view, you have different options here. So you can just explore everything. And now for now, I am just clicking on the create material. Okay. Yeah. Now you can see the window with material new. And here it is showing material, plant information, and change request type. Okay. Now, when we created a material from MM01, it didn't ask for any change request or anything. It directly asked for the industry sector material type and these details, right? But through MDG, when you are trying to create a material, it is asking for a change request type. So first, let us understand what is a change request type. Okay, so in MDG, what we are doing is we are governing the data. We are governing the master data. So that means for governing the data, you have to have a change request or any application request. So let's take an example like you are applying to any university, okay, for admission. So I'm just going through their application portal and I'll fill the details, and whenever I click on the submit button, it will not directly give me the admission. First it will go to like for first administrator, it will go to the administrator, and then it will go to some other person, and then it will go to some other department, like that. So but when you submit that like application, you'll get a message like your application ID has been submitted with some number you'll be getting, right? So that particular number we can call here in MDG that as change request. Okay, any doubts? Okay, so now when I submitted that application, it will go to some person like some administration office, it will go, and after that they'll verify all my details, and then it will they will approve my application. And once they approve that application, it will go to like if I am applying to computer science, then that application will go to the computer science department, and those computer science department people will verify my details and my application. And if they are okay with my details, and if they want to give me admission, they'll just approve it and they'll give me the admission. If they are not satisfied with my education details or anything, they'll just reject my application, and they'll just send a message, send a mail like unfortunately we are not giving you admission, like that we'll be getting, right? So here also, so that application ID means in SAP MDG that is change request. And the process, first it is going to the administrator, and then it is going to CSC department, and then HOD, or then like the dean of the university. So these all are in SAP, we call them as workflow. So whenever you create any material or any master data through MDG, it will ask for a change request. So then if you submit the change request, it will create a change request number, and then it will be having a workflow. So who has to approve that master data creation or master data change? So that is going to be in the workflow. So now if you want to create any master data through SAP MDG, you have to have a change request type. That means you are going to change the material, are you going to create a material, are you going to display the material, or like that. Okay, so here I am just clicking on the F4 button. So these are all the change request types we have for that particular role. We have opened SAP MDGM menu 09, right? So for this particular role, we have MAT01, ZMAT01, ZMAT01S, ZZMAT01. So these are all the types of change request we have for material creation. Okay, so now I'm just going with the stand, and here you can see, for those who are new to SAP, here you can see it is starting with a normal letter like MAT01, but these three are starting with Z. That means this is a standard SAP change request type that SAP has given. These three are the customized ones we created on our own need. Okay, so now I'm just going with MAT01. Okay, so continue. It's a test system, so it's taking some time to load. Yeah, okay. So it opened the screen. Now here you can see the options like edit, expand all, collapse all, refresh, check. And here you can see change request. Okay, so I'm just going to this. So you can see there are multiple options. So in MDG NWBC screen, we call all these as UIBBs. So why we are selecting MAT01 is that is the standard change request type we have for material creation. Okay, so Keshav, just let me go through this one. So yeah, so this is the change request in SAP MDG. Okay, so change request is types. What are all the types we have is for creation we have a different type of change request. For multi-processing we have different type of change request. For mass change we have different block, unblock, flag for deletion, update and extend. So we have different type of change request for each process. For material, so if you see, when I opened this NWBC screen, I have selected the this role, right? SAP MDG M menu 09, which is for material master data governance. So this role is having those particular change request types. Actually, it is based on the business object type, but now we'll not go that deep. Just we just focus on the change request type and the roles. After in the future sessions, we can just go through how this screen has come and everything. Okay. So now here you can see this block change request. So this is the block for change request which will come for each change request type. So if you select material change request or finance related like GL account creation or cost center or vendor creation, customer creation, any master data creation, you go to NWBC, you will be having the change request block. So this is the standard block for every master data creation. Okay. So here you can see the star mark. So this is the mandatory field for change request creation. So here you can see change request number. It come directly. It has come directly. I haven't given any change request number. It has come directly from the system. 584. So here description is the mandatory. Why description is mandatory is so like this change request number like 584 has been created and it has went to some teams for the approval, but they have to understand, right, why this change request has created. Like if you are submitting any application, there you will be having your name in the title, so that they will understand like okay, Sadhana has submitted one application. So same like that, you have to have a description for your change request. So why you are creating the change request, you have to maintain here. So I am just creating, this is for the test material VG1. Okay, so this is the description of my change request. So whenever I submit this change request, that particular team will understand, okay, so something related to test material VG1, they'll understand and they can just open the change request and they can view what are all the information it is having. Okay, so now you can see all these, right? So these all views you have seen in this one also. So test P2. So you can see these views, right? So all these views will be having in the MDG and WBC screen as well. So in MDG NWBC screen, we call these all as UIBBs. That means user interface blocks. So here change management, basic data, purchasing, sales, storage you have. So now I am just going to basic data. So here you can see directly it has taken the material number. Now material type. Here you can see material type and the industry sector. These two are the mandatory fields. So I'm just clicking on the check button or enter. It will give me the errors. Okay. Okay. It is a test system, so that's why it's not giving the proper information. I'm just going through RC 51. You can take any type of material, you can take any type of industry sector, like based on your requirements. Okay. So now industry sector, I'm just taking 9. Yeah, I just enter the material type here, but it has given the description of that material type as well. And when I clicked on the enter button, if you guys are observed or not, here this generic item group category has populated automatically. So they have written some logic in the background that whenever you are creating any material through NWBC screen, this is the this field will come automatically. Okay, so the standard item it has taken, and now when I clicked on the enter button, it this unit of measure has become the mandatory fields. Before that it is not a mandatory, but after clicking the material type and the industry sector, it just changed to mandatory. So now I'm just giving each. Okay, now again I just clicked on the enter button. Now I'll just click on the check button. It will give me the errors or any information messages or any warnings it will give. Sorry, this is the issue with the test system. Yes, the CR. Okay. So these are the mandatory fields and description will be there. Yesterday we have checked with the server person who has given us the SAP server, but still it is not working. So we are checking the other servers. Okay. Once you enter the information about your master data, like for now we are focusing on material, right? So now we have given all the mandatory fields required for material creation. So now whenever I click on the submit button, it will create this change request 585. It will create this change request and it will wait for the approval. So when I created a material through MM01, it directly stored in the Mara table, right? But whenever we create any master data through MDG, it will not directly store in the SAP database tables. First, it will store in the MDG tables. That means MDG staging tables. We call them as staging tables. Okay. So after approval, like after complete approval, then only it will store the material in the Mara table. Okay. So for example, like I have submitted an application to the university. So now still the decision is pending, right? So they'll not, they will, like each university will be having a database which stores the student information, like with student ID, when they are enrolled into the course, and what is the time period of their course, and what is the course, like are they into computer science or electronics or mechanical or civil engineering. So they will be having some database with them. So whenever I submit an application through that university, it will not store my details in the database directly. One first it will create one application ID, and it will route to the particular teams, and once those all teams approves my application ID, then after complete approval after complete approval, then that university will store my data, like my student ID, my name, and my department, and all those details in their database. So once I got the admit into that university, then only they will store the information about me in their database. Before that, they will just store in their temporary information, like temporary storage or anything like that. So same like that, in SAP also we have active database tables and staging database tables. So active database tables are nothing but these Mara for material, and other like LFA1 for vendor, like that. So, and staging tables means, so now I have created a change request, right? For like I have created a change request, like I submitted the change request. It is waiting for approvals. Like so now my let's take an example. My boss is Vishnu sir. So whenever I create a submit button, it will go to Vishnu sir. So he has to approve. He has to give that approval. Then only I can store that particular material in my Mara table. Okay, you got it, or any doubt?
No doubts.
Okay. So so this is the difference between normal SAP MDG, normal SAP material creation, and SAP MDG material creation through SAP MDG. Okay. So am I going fast, or is it okay? Okay.
It's fine.
Okay. So yeah. So for today, we are good, right? For material creation. So before coming into the next class, who all are joined this session, you have to create a material through MM01 and through NWBC screen. So you have to create a material through MM01, and you have to create material through SAP MDG NWBC screen, and you have to figure out, like you have to understand what is the difference between creation through MM01 and NWBC. Okay. First, you have to get the access for SAP, and if you already have the access to SAP, you have to check whether you are having the access to NWBC screen or not. If you are not having the access to NWBC screen, you have to get it and you have to practice. Okay.
Okay, Saini.
Okay. So okay. So let me show you how you can access the NWBC screen. So first you have to have the access to that particular roles. So I'm just going to PFCG. So are you guys noting like maintaining notes? If not, you have to maintain the notes for the T codes. Okay. So I'm just going to the T code PFCG. So it is, this T code is for the role maintenance. So now I'll just go to the role which we open now. That is MDG menu. So material, yeah. So here you have these many roles, right? For material, you can see normal SAP MDGM menu, menu 03, menu 04, menu 05, 06, like this. So the latest one, the new one, you have to use the latest one. That means SAP MDGM menu 09. You have to use this role for material creation. So I'm just clicking this one and I'm displaying this role. So, sir. Yeah. So here you can see this role is having these user IDs. That means my user ID is S21 MDG5. So here you can see S21 MDG5. So I have my user ID in this particular role. So that's why I am able to access this particular screen. Okay. So you have to get that get your user ID added to this particular role to create a material and to access this particular um, role with your user ID. Okay. So NWBC screen mainly it will be accessed through roles only. So if you have the access to that role, then only you can create master data, create a change request to NWBC. So you have to get access to NWBC screen and you have to get your user ID added to that particular roles, whatever role you want to use. Okay. So any doubts till here, you can just ask. If it is a silly, like a simple question, also fine, because we are going to conduct the sessions in a slow. These will be a slow sessions only, so you can ask your questions and you can get clarity and practice, and so that you can become a good SAP MDG consultant.
Hi, Sadhana. Good morning.
Yes. Hi.
Sadhana, yesterday Naveen was saying that, if MDG is deployed, you will not be in a position to access MM01, right?
No. You can access MM01, but the thing is, the master data which you are creating, that will be not used. You can access the MM01, but once the approval process is completed through approval, those materials, those master data will be in use.
Okay. Okay.
So the business will use those master data only.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. And any other questions?
What about SAP Access?
You can check with Basreen.
Okay, because I'm not there in the WhatsApp group where you guys contact for any information, so that's the reason asking.
Okay, I'll just we will just create a WhatsApp group for the candidates who are joining the class regularly, so that we can communicate in that particular group. Okay, so we will
Yeah,
create a
sure.
we'll create a WhatsApp group separately for the beginners and for the seniors. So there will be no conflict between those sessions.
Sadhana, we would have taken a contact number and their email IDs also yesterday. Please try to collect those details today. Apart from the name, site, location, we have to connect the contact number and their email.
Yes, Bastin. After the session, we thought of
Yeah, let's collect
after
those.
we collect the contact information.
It's better they can
And-
ping, if some people are not comfortable, they can at least ping you their email and contact number.
Yeah, sure.
Here in the
Yeah,
chat or
yeah.
you can ping.
I'll just
About
put my number here. You can just send your contact details. Yeah. If someone is not
Sadhana,
comfortable.
I have one more doubt, Sadhana.
Yeah.
So, in MDG, for material creation or change, the kind of things in real-time projects. So, for every little change, for every single change, do we need to create a change request in real time?
Yes. Because why they are taking MDG means if you are changing anything and if that master data has been changed, the business has to know, right, who has changed and why they have changed. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that's
So,
why for every change or for every creation, we have to maintain it through MDG change request only, so
is
that
it
it
in
will.
all the three systems, like production, quality, development? In all the three systems, is it applicable, like creating a change request?
Sujana, in MDG,
Yes. Yeah.
every operation, whether you are creating a master data, any operations on any master data, change request is the mandatory. Without a change request, we cannot create any master data operation. That means creation, change, block, unblock, mark for deletion, mask change, whatever it is, whatever the changes happen on the master data, everything we need to create a change request. Because of that, change request has a workflow approval mechanism and audit process. Both of them are available to that change request. So that's the reason it's a mandatory to create a change request for every operation in MDG process.
Okay, Vishnu. Thank you.
So why we selecting MAT01? Did you select MAT01?
The change request type. I just explained it.
Okay.
Keshav, are you clear with why I have selected the MAT01?
Yes.
Okay. If anyone have any
So standard SAP provided certain change request types. So MAT01 is the one of the change request type. But we can customize, we can define our own change request type by copying the MAT01. So that is we are going to learn in the next classes. And every change request type is associated with a workflow process. Okay, that's down the line. We are going to learn what are all those workflow processes and everything.
Okay. So this is the T code MDG IMG we use for MDG configurations. So here you have general settings and central governance for finance, business partner, customer, and supplier. So Here you can see data modeling, UI modeling. All this will go into deeper in coming sessions. Okay, so for now, I'll just show why we are taking that particular change request.
Why only few people on the call? Can you show? Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Oh, can we get the Teams recorded sessions? Yes, once you start practicing, then we'll give the access.
Are you guys preparing the notes? I think you all keep preparing the notes. So by written notes. Okay.
Yeah. So here you can see create change request type. So these are all the standard change request type SAP has provided. So let's go to the material related ones. So you can see MAT01, MAT02, 6, 0A and 0B. So this change request type SAP has given for create material. Okay. So that's why I have used the standard MAT01 for the material creation. And in the next sessions, we'll go deeper into what is this data model, like what exactly the change request type will do and everything. Okay, business activity and everything. So as Vishnu sir explained, like each change request will have one workflow. That is like the flow of the process. So in MDG, we have the template that is WSC 6086 template, which is the rule-based workflow we use for the approval process. Okay, in the next sessions, we'll explain the complete information about the rule-based workflow and the data model.
Okay. So now every one of you have the system access, and you need to whatever Sadhana explained today. So you need to have the system access, and you need to create at least one material by using MM01T code, and change one material by using MM02T code. And you can also go and look where the data is stored. Okay, so that's what you guys explore on your system. So how many of you does not have SAP system access, and preferably that is the SAP S4 system, and whether it is MDG have or not doesn't matter. But when you click on that system NWBC, there is a browser page should be open, or BRF plus is a T code. The moment when you enter the BRF plus T code, so the browser page should be open. Sadhana, can you provide those two T codes?
Yeah.
T codes. So these are the two T codes. Okay. So whenever you enter these T codes, you will have a browser should be open, and the page should be the page contains some data, some content. Okay, make sure whatever the system you are having, you need to have this information. Okay, 1 minute. So now I am assigning mentors. Okay, so who is going to be your mentor? Just update now and filter.
Okay. this assignment.
Yeah, one. Select one. Select one. So provide your name. Mentor is Sadhana for all these people. ఎంతమంది వచ్చారు? 5 people.
5.
Okay, next 2. Praneeth. Three. Naveen. ఎంతమంది వచ్చారు? 6 వచ్చింది. ఓకే. సరస్వతి. ఎంతమంది వచ్చారు? 7. ఓకే. హర్ష.
Oh, actually, here we have the experience.
No, we'll take it out.
Okay.
ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ వాళ్ళకు కూడా మీరే మెంటర్.
Okay.
ఓకే. శ్రీనివాస్. వాళ్ళ దగ్గర నుంచి యూ ఆల్సో లర్న్ సంథింగ్, రైట్? సో ఇందులో రెండో నెంబర్ ప్రణీత్కి 4 వచ్చారు. ఓకే. సరస్వతికి 7 వచ్చారు. యూ వాంట్ టు ఓకే రిమూవ్ 1 నెంబర్. ఎనీవన్. ఇక్కడ కూడా స్టిల్ సరస్వతికి 6 members ఉన్నారు, రైట్? ఎవరికి తక్కువ వచ్చారండి? సాధనకి 5 ఉన్నారు. That's good enough for you. Okay.
I think all are 5.
5 or 6.
Yeah, that's fine. Let it be. Okay. Now go to each individual, like Sadhana, filter again. Srinivas. No, ఇక్కడ select 1. So these are Sadhana team. Who? Chandana, Mahesh, Venkatakella, Sai Kiran Reddy Miryala, Satvik Reddy Miryala. Oh, అంత మీ వల్ల వచ్చింది నీకు?
అందుకే నేను చేంజ్ చేస్తా.
No, that's okay. Keep it. You need to prove that. Okay. So next 2. So all I request you guys, like Sadhana, you need to get their phone numbers and create a WhatsApp group for those 5 members, you, me. Okay. Yeah, like everyone, create a WhatsApp group with them, and you need to assign me. Now next Praneeth, Deepika, Keshava, Sunetri, Vamshi, Vijay. Okay. So these are the 5 members you need to create. Naveen.
Oh, these 2 experienced. Devi Prasad. I think these 2 people have not joined.
Yeah, that's a good opportunity. You learn from them same time. Okay. So these are your team. Srinivas Gudala is also experienced. Okay.
Not in this.
Yeah.
Saraswati.
Saraswati, these are the people.
Mm.
Okay. Mm.
Sure.
Harsha, your team. Okay.
Yeah.
You need to connect with all these people to learn from them, explain to them if anything happened. You need to create a WhatsApp group, connect with them.
Mm.
So Basrin can help you with their phone numbers and everything.
Yeah.
Basrin, can you we'll provide our team names. Okay.
Yes,
126. Ask them to reach out so that we will create a different WhatsApp group to coordinate with them on day-to-day practice and everything.
sure. Sure.
Okay. Next. Srinivas. The last one is Srinivas, right?
Mm.
Yeah. Srinivas, Anudeep, Dilip, Siddhar. Head. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Now you know who is your team member. Next 2 months. Okay. You need to make them similar perfection like you. Okay. So it's another activity. You need to prepare for them.
Someone raised their hand.
Yeah. Who is that?
Sahu.
Biswajit.
Yeah, hi. I joined today, so that's the reason I don't know.
So,
I mean,
yeah, Biswajit, I think you need to come and maybe next week you can come here and explain your area. Basically, we are going to have C2C to MDG integration most of the projects.
okay.
So that's also happening. So please come once to our office and provide experience to our team.
Okay.
And we also conducting sessions separately for seniors versus juniors. Okay, seniors, we want to go fast-paced sessions, couple of hours, and juniors, we are conducting slow phase, very slow, step-by-step process for them.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll invite you into the senior. Can you write down this name? If anybody is missing, USA, Texas. Viswajit has a lot of experience into cloud, SAP cloud. Okay, so EH. You can assign my name. Okay. I did not see Shruti name.
Oh, it's there.
It's there?
Yeah.
Okay. Saraswati?
Saraswati.
Huh?
Saraswati.
Saraswati. Okay.
Yeah. Did we miss anyone in the sheet?
Yeah. Share that sheet to Basrin.
Okay.
Basrin, you can assign their phone numbers and send to us. And same time, Sadhana, you all mentors also, another worksheet, provide your phone numbers, WhatsApp numbers, so that they can connect with you. Okay. And most of them have also Teams meeting, Teams. So you can create a channel, Teams, and communicate everywhere, everything from there. Okay. Any questions? Okay then. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Basrin, you did not invite Sridhar Pata for this calls.
No, he's invited already. He
But why
joined, but now he left. He was there.
he was there? Okay.
Yes, he was there.
Okay. What time tomorrow? The class?
Tomorrow we haven't scheduled. Tomorrow's Monday. Let me see. Let me check their availability and then I'll schedule.
Everybody is available. No, don't they take their availability. Okay, no. We are let's decide here. 8 p.m. Central Time. What is the time in the India?
6:30 a.m.
Yeah, 6:30 a.m. Everybody has to be ready. Is it okay?
Mm.
8 p.m. Central Time, 6:30 a.m. India time. So you all has to awake by
6.
6
6 o'clock and get ready. And I want all of you open your videos. Okay, I just want to see like you all are in good mood. I want to see all of you. Okay. So yeah, it's okay. You all are so young. You have energy to awake. So you can work wherever you are working until 2 a.m. your time. It's okay to wake up 6 a.m. That's what I do. It's not a big deal for you. Okay. So there is no class on Monday. Okay. Let's start directly on Tuesday. So let them feel, and everyone, you should by tomorrow, Monday. So that means for us,
Monday evening, for them Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning.
Yeah, day after tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Okay. Tuesday morning, 6 a.m. Everybody put an alarm, wake up 6 a.m., get ready, and sit in front of your laptop and ask your parents to not disturb. Okay. Ask them to do not do any work. Anyhow, nobody is doing anything. So let them not to shout or anything. Keep quiet. Ask them to do their work. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Done.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sadhana.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.